If you own a Tesla right now, or if you're thinking about buying a Tesla today, we are going to talk about 5 Tesla life hacks that will help you enjoy your Tesla. No, actually, it will enhance your Tesla ownership experience. And you probably think, oh, how can I enjoy it even more if I'm getting the best car in the world? And you are, but there are quite a few things you can do actually make your ownership experience even better. I've had 3 Teslas in my life, but today I have a guest, well, a scheduled guest. He is here every week. Actually, Eli Burton of My Tesla Adventure. He just bought his second Tesla, so he definitely knows. As a matter of fact, I don't know anybody else who enjoys his Tesla experience more than Eli. So he's going to be here to tell you about 5 things how you can enhance your Tesla ownership experience. And if you get anywhere close to how much he's enjoying this, your life is going to be awesome. So let's do this right now. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric. Welcome to E4 Electric, your #1 source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on the subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, so I normally don't do these videos very often, but Eli just bought his new Starship right here, and apparently Starman stole it for just a few minutes to take this awesome picture that was not only liked by Elon Musk himself, but also put on Instagram in one of the stories by Tesla's official account. So you've probably seen this picture already. I have not seen this car in person, and we're going to talk about enjoying the car in different ways as far as you can customize it, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So I've done pretty much everything that Eli done, but I think he's taken it to a next level, and so can you. So let's talk about this. If you haven't gotten your Tesla yet, you can definitely prep yourself by doing some research. If you already have one, we're going to tell you exactly where to go and how to have a great time. So before I bring Eli in just 1 second, of course, I want to make sure that you're aware that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out all new, all electric SUV called M-Byte coming to the US and Europe at the end of the next year. Join me and over 50,000 other people who already made their reservations, and we put $0 down, all of us, $0. Took us about 1 minute, depending on how fast you type. It's really quick. So go to the description of this video, you reserve your Byton today. All right. So, just like I said, I love doing this segment. It's every week. It's called Supercharged with Eli Burton. You guys have been, more and more people have been watching this. So I'm really excited. Our audience has been really growing. So without further ado, let me bring in Eli. Eli, how are you doing, my friend?
Hi, Alex. How are you doing, man? It's great to be back here on your show for this week's segment of Supercharged.
I'm excited because I'm not lying. I really don't know anybody else. And I thought I enjoyed all 3 of my Teslas to its full extent, but I don't know anybody else who enjoys his Tesla more. And I know you just got, which I consider is the best car ever made. And like your configuration is the best car ever made. You just wrapped it in this amazing, I wouldn't even call it color, just like exterior, I would call it. So let me hand over my mic to you essentially and tell us about 5 Tesla life hacks that you figured out how everybody can enjoy their Teslas even more than they ever thought.
So I'm really excited for this video and to talk about this because I've had the Tesla ownership experience for over 2 years now. And when I walked into getting my first car, it was already the most amazing thing I'd ever experienced. But over the last 2 years, I learned quite a few different things that if I was a first-time buyer or a new owner or somebody who had a car and hadn't explored it a lot, I wish I would have known. So I really enjoyed my first car immensely. But now with my second car, it's now my dream car. I've done everything to it I want to. I've set up the car the right way. I'm having the experience I want to.
Can I just say,
I'm super excited to share these 5 hacks.
It's my dream car as well. But I'm just going to live vicariously through you. But go ahead.
Yeah, so kind of the first thing to start with when you get the car, it's such an amazing car and you put a lot of money into it, you really want to take care of it. So one of the things that I discovered when getting this thing, and this kind of fits into the aftermarket things to do once you get your Tesla, is I was a first-time luxury car buyer, and I didn't know that cars that have really nice paint jobs and really beautiful clear coats, those clear coats are also very soft. By soft, I mean they scratch very easily. And what you got to do and what's recommended to do so that you get good longevity out of your paint, out of your car looking amazing, is do one of a couple things. Either get a clear wrap, which can be called a clear bra, which is actually like getting, a wrap like you see mine getting colored, but instead it's clear and it's designed just to protect the paint. Those can be very expensive. So I didn't go for that route on my first car. What I ultimately did was something called a ceramic clear coat. And I think I got OptiCoat ceramic clear coat. And basically what it does is it provides a thick clear coat, a ceramic clear coat that goes on top of your existing standard clear coat. And it really protects the car, makes it easier to wash, and makes sure your paint stays looking good for years to come.
So essentially, and we're getting into categories, just protect what you already have, like your paint. If you have, it's not a leather interior, it's whatever interior that you have, especially if you have a snow white interior like you have. But also feel free to customize, right? Because you don't, like, as amazing as the car is, both of us have customized our cars. Like, tell us what you've put on yours and what are the other things that you've seen. Especially, I know, like, both of us, we shop at Adventures. They're one of the sponsors of this channel. Tell us a little bit about the customizations that you've done, including the wrap that we see here.
Yeah. So one of the awesome things to do if you've got your car, this isn't just a thing to get from point A to point B. This is something that you really care about. People want to customize their car. So, one of the things that I've done is my car is actually underneath the wrap that you're seeing in this picture. It is the metallic midnight blue. So I went and wrapped it in a brushed stainless steel. So it looks absolutely amazing. I've added some decals to the vehicle internally. I've added some additional neck rest, add more comfort, makes it look a little bit different. You can actually see it in that photo as well. I'm adding some extra Tesla T stuff to the wheels. I replaced the Model S badge with a badge that says SpaceX. I took off the dual motor badge because I don't really like the dual motor badge with the underline on the Model S and replaced it with the P100D. So exterior, which you see out this car somewhere out there in the street, you're going to know it's my car. It does also say My Tesla Adventure and a giant sticker in the back window, so it's going to be hard to miss.
Yeah, and I also, like myself, I've added the red caliber covers and a lot of this stuff, and you can actually make your frunk open up and close down. There's tons of stuff you can do for the interior, from the consoles that you can insert there to all kinds of lighting and other custom stuff that you get there. Like again, Avenex is the website that I shop at. There are a few other ones out there. There are also some stuff on Amazon and in other websites, but you can really customize your car. I don't think people realize it. They'll customize their sandwich, they'll customize their home, but they're afraid to customize their car. Definitely do that because it will have your personality and it will be perfect for you. Don't you agree?
And that's it. Make it the experience you want. And actually from Avenex, I have the little tray that goes in between the MCU screen. There's a little cubby hole there. I used to just throw stuff in it, but now that I've gotten the P100D, every time I hit the pedal, if I just throw stuff in there, it's going flying. So now I got that tray from Avenex and I've got all my stuff in there. And even when I do full launch control, the tray comes out just slightly, but all my stuff stays in place. So that has been a lifesaver.
Yeah.
And in fact, I've got a black one, but now that my interior has been upgraded to carbon fiber, I'm going to get a new one to match my carbon fiber trim.
All right. So that's one. Let's move on to the second one. And I think this is pretty close to what you're all about, which is community. Tell us about how can community enhance your ownership experience? And most importantly, where do you find the community? And whether it's online or in person.
The community was something that I actually knew really nothing about when buying the car. I bought the car through discovering Elon Musk and then taking a drive in the car. I didn't know about the awesome community experience, but there's two ways that you can go about checking out the Tesla community, seeing what the organized event community is like. And one that can either be by having a smile on your face and being open to talking to strangers at supercharging stations. So that's how I initially met other big time fans and enthusiasts for this. But the other way is there is a lot of Tesla owners clubs. So you can go to the Tesla Owners Club, the Tesla website, and search Tesla Owners Club and see an entire directory of the official Tesla Owners Clubs. You can also go to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and search out Tesla Owners Clubs. Alex actually runs runs the largest Model S Owners Club group in Facebook. So if you're looking to be a part of the community and maybe you don't want to just happen to meet the right people at a supercharger, look to the internet, search Tesla Owners Club, search your region. If you're in California, look up My Tesla Adventure. That's a Tesla Owners Club that I run, and we do events all over the state. even all over the world. We go to Europe sometimes and do events, but that's usually the best way to check it out. And you know what? There's a lot of clubs out there. So if you check out a club and maybe they're not the right vibe for you, there's probably other clubs in your area that might be the audience you're looking for, because now with the ramp up of Model 3, the amount of Tesla Owners Clubs is, I mean, the Tesla Owners Club program, the official program, is like doubled in the last year in the number of clubs and members. So it's growing rapidly.
And I think you're being a little modest, modest here, because so my Tesla Adventure is not just your club. It is definitely your club, but it's one of the official Tesla fan clubs. But I think you're also a little bit different because you do events for even outside of your area, all over the California. I've been to many of your events. We've done videos together there. That picture is taken on one of the events. You really create an adventure for Tesla owners. Whether I remember just driving all the way through California and meeting up at the superchargers, and then last time we got on a boat. I mean, this is amazing. So these are like experiences that go even beyond the car, and you've created them. Tell us a little bit about the last couple and what you might have planned out for everybody in the future before we move on to the next point here, to the next hack.
Yeah, sure. And there's different types of groups, right? There's groups that'll just do weekly meetups, just focus on cars and coffee, a thing that anybody can do for a couple hours on a weekend. And there's some in our area that are already doing that. So what we did is we did something a little bit different. And that's my Tesla Adventure focuses on creating an incredible experience that focuses on owners driving the car. So if you come, even if you just come by yourself and don't talk to anyone, you're going to have a great time. But we create a really awesome environment of really forward-thinking, really friendly people from all different backgrounds. And when you come to one of our events, you're going to make friends. You're going to have a great time immediately. So like our last event, which is our big annual Tesla takeover. Go ahead, Alex.
No, I was just going to say, before we move any further, I think that's a big point. I made a lot of friends at your events, and like not only just one time, we're not friends. No, I stayed in touch with them. I saw them on on the next event that you had, or just literally met. I mean, literally, you make friends. It's amazing. But go on. Sorry.
No, I have two. In fact, most of my friends now are folks from the Tesla community. And what we have, because we provide such a great experience in the events that we do, usually for each event that we do, about 70% of the attendees are people who attended the last event. And then we get about 30% of new people. So it's a good balance between people who've been becoming part of the community, and when new people come in, they know how to welcome them in. But our last event, which is our big annual Tesla Takeover Road Trip, we met up at the Kettleman City Supercharger. On our own, from our event, we filled it to capacity. We had over 40 cars. We had over 70 owners and attendees come. We met up there. We had food trucks come. It's representatives from Tesla there to help support us. So we had food there. We all supercharged, had a good time, took some photos, shot our Not a Flamethrowers off in the background. Starman showed up. Then we did an awesome drive from the Kettleman City Supercharger all the way down to Morro Bay, where we all parked, went and got onto a sunset cruise boat, private boat. All of us had dinner, saw sunset at this beautiful rock, and then came back after the 3.5-hour cruise, got in our cars, drove over to a hotel nearby that we had booked out to capacity, and we partied the entire night. And at the end of the night, actually, by the way, usually when you do events, the hardest thing to do is have a hotel where everybody can have fun and nobody gets kicked out.
Yeah.
We filled up the entire hotel, so we solved that problem.
Yeah. No, again, to me, every time it's experience, and I have a link in the description of this video where people can not only check out the pictures, but also check out the next events, hopefully sign up. And I hope to see them there. It would be awesome to meet somebody who came out because they saw our videos. But let me jump to the next one, because the next one I'm really excited about, which is, you've done something that a lot of people have done, but you just done it like in a whole new level. You went to Europe. Not that you don't do it here regularly, but you also went to Europe, and you basically took a road trip in a Tesla. And I'm not like, you slept in it, you lived in it, I mean, Joule style, but people don't realize that that's an experience on its own. Like, so tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so this gets into the whole car camping thing. This is something that you can, like, in a way that's really enjoyable, can only be done really with an electric vehicle, and it's exceptional with the Tesla. And what this is because there's so much space in the back of the Model S, when you fold the seats down with just a couple parts, in my case, I'm using a Dream Case, you can have, your car turns into a memory foam mattress, duvets, bed covers, pillows, a luxury relaxing experience that you get right out the back of your car. So anywhere you can park your car, whether it be here where I'm in, I think it's, where am I at here? So I'm on the Caribbean. I was in to the southern tip of Slovenia. Here I'm on top of the Swiss Alps. Anywhere you can back up your car, you can sleep for a night and relax to, fall asleep to, wake up, incredible views. And basically what I did for an entire week is I lived out of the car, slept out of the back of the car in the dream case, and I went to 7 different countries, over 1,000 miles. It was incredible, staying in the most beautiful countryside. I mean, you get views like this that you can't even pay for.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Yes, I mean, you did this whole thing, which is just mind blowing. But you also, and I've done this before, do it right here in California, wherever you live. People can take a road trip by themselves or with their family, and literally kind of have a RV almost type of an experience, and for 2 or 3 days, and it's pleasurable. It's awesome, you know.
Exactly. One, it also saves you a good amount of money because you don't have to do hotels, so you can do the camping thing. And what attracts me so much is that, like, I'm not a huge fan of camping, laying on the ground. Like, I know I'm only 30, but man, it's still painful sleeping on the ground. I get to sleep in the car, and it's climate controlled, or air circulation. So it's great because the car has something called keep climate on, which is nicknamed camper mode. And you can configure what you want the temperature to be. And the Tesla has such a big battery, unless you're in crazy extreme heats or crazy extreme cold, it doesn't even use that much power. So like, or if you're staying somewhere where the temperature is nice, you just keep fan on. And when I went camping last weekend, I slept in the car and I used maybe 10 miles of range with the fan running all night.
And the reason they did this camper mode is because so many people have been asking for it, because they've been doing this for a while. So,
in fact, Tesla finally embraced this. Actually,
yeah.
a couple months back, they actually made a video with some Tesla owners in, I think, Hong Kong, where they kind of told this about minute and a half story of this guy who, when him and his friends go to dinner, they all sleep in their cars afterwards. They have some wine, they all fold out their dream cases, and they sleep in their cars. So Tesla actually did eventually officially make a video showing and endorsing this car camping thing.
All right, so the next one, so we're on 3 rounds. So the next one, and I've done this myself from the very beginning when I bought mine in 2012, and was very important, and it's important now. You know, you see, here's the difference, and correct me if I'm wrong. The difference between Tesla owners and, let's say, like Lamborghini owners, they just want them to just be the only ones with this car. Tesla owners want everybody have that car. So we share our experience in our cars with everybody when we meet people, when they ask questions. I have given and lended my car to quite a few of my friends. I was like, hey, drive it for the day. That's fine. Give me your car. Just drive it for the day. I want you to fall in love with it so much, so hard, that you're going to get one as well. Don't forget to use my referral code. So tell me about, like, you know, and you meet a lot of people and you share your experiences with them. Tell us a little bit about it, and tell us about the feeling that you get when you say, you should have this experience too. I want you to share it with me.
One of the true joys I get out of owning the car, aside from the amazing experience I get, is being able to share a Tesla experience with someone for the first time. And in my case now that I have like the P100D with launch control, there's a lot of even existing owners that I get to share their first launch with them. And the absolute joy, that Tesla grin, the just mind blown experience, and being able to pass that on to somebody, because I've been fortunate enough to secure this, it makes me so happy. And most of, you know, and like I've gotten a handful of referrals from that for sure, but nothing in remote to compare to the hundreds of people I've given this experience to, shared this experience with. It's just awesome to see something that makes me happy, make other people happy too. And it's also great because, like, a lot of people don't understand where electric cars are. All they've read is the FUD, the bad press trying to smear these things. They don't understand how these technologies work. So when they get in the car, they see how well it performs. I get on the freeway and I show them like how Autopilot works and explain all the sensors and cameras looking at 360 degrees. They're just like, they're immediately like, their eyes are open. They're like, wow, this isn't what I was told this was at all. Yeah. I thought electric vehicles were slow. I didn't know they were high tech. Like, it's just like they've seen the future. And I love sharing the future.
Yeah. And my mom, you know, it's funny you mentioned this. My mom yesterday texted me. She said, this guy who was sitting next to me at the restaurant just called up his Tesla with his phone, and it just came up to meet him in front. I'm like, I know, mom. Like, this is why. Remember when you thought I was the silly, dummy buying a car in 2012? Because I saw this in the future and I love it. This is how it's going to be. And just you're right. I mean, sharing this experience is putting other people in this car. And this also goes kind of, let's combine it with a road trip experience, because when you go to a road trip, you go to the places where people really haven't heard or seen these cars, and this gives you an opportunity to share this car with people who otherwise probably wouldn't have experienced it for quite a few years. And I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's a blast. And it's one of those things that, like, if you don't want to interact with people, you don't have to. But if you're willing to, you're going to make some people's day.
All right, so the next one, and this one I've seen you enjoy more than anybody else, Autopilot. Now I haven't been a big fan of Autopilot myself. I kind of still waiting for this to be bigger, but you've embraced it with what it is now, even though now it's actually made a big leap in the last 12 months. And I know you're supposed to keep your hands on the wheel and eyes are on at all times, but tell us how you're enjoying Autopilot, not just because it's like, whoa, cool, look at this car driving or something. How you really in practicality enjoying it. Why is this such a huge deal for you?
So Autopilot has been a big deal for my life. And depending on how you're driving, it can be for you too. So anytime you involve driving, whether you're driving into the city, whether you're driving long distance, it's a tiring process. And some people like me, traffic, I would rather do anything to avoid traffic. In fact, prior to having a Tesla with Autopilot, there were trips to go to events or go see friends that I just backed out of going or decided not to participate because I didn't want to deal with the effort and headache of sitting in stop and go traffic going into the city, or didn't want, knew how tired I would be when I got there after having to spend 4 hours on the road where, like, I try and be a vigilant driver because, I don't want to end up in a car crash because some other idiot. And prior to having Autopilot, you've got to be looking around you at all times or you're not in control of your fate. So getting to Autopilot, where yes, you still have to be in control of the vehicle. Yes, you still have to be aware, but it takes off so much of the mental demand that even when there isn't traffic, you get to where you are with a lot more energy. But then the other side of it, where when you're in stop and go traffic, some of the most draining experiences on the road, Autopilot handles that exceptionally well. It does the stop. Anytime there's a stop and go, it'll stop and go. And the fact that it handles that for you, I don't decide whether I'm going to go to something based upon whether or not I want to deal with traffic. I decided if I'm going to go to something, whether I want to have the experience. And part of my calculus is no longer being like, do I want to deal with the 2.5 hours of traffic? Because Autopilot is handling that for me, it's opened up so many more things that I'm now willing to say yes to and enjoy because it makes the driving experience far less stressful.
Yeah, I have to say, I've when I did use my Autopilot, it was definitely relieving the stress of, especially I used it basically mainly in traffic, where just stop and go, it just stresses the hell out of you, and you don't want to go wherever it is that you're going. And when the Autopilot handles it for you, it's definitely big help. And also parallel parking. A lot of people, like, I'm okay parallel park because I used to have a job where we had to repark our car every 2 hours, but even I liked my car parking for me because I was like, okay, I'm definitely not hitting a curb. I'm definitely not hitting the other car, and I'm not spending half an hour here trying to fit in, right? And now it's gotten even better. Now you can actually just also have it summoned. I don't think too many people, including my mom, knew this until today, where the car will literally just meet you in front of the restaurant or in front of the shopping center that where you're shopping. So it's only going to get better.
Yeah, and then your mom got lucky, actually. She got to see somebody who has the advanced summon beta. They're not expected to roll out to full fleet until I think late August is when the expected rollout is. So yeah, that's cool that your mom got to see Advanced Summon in person. I haven't even seen Advanced Summon in person, so I'm a little bit jealous.
Right.
And then, you know what? It's also great too when you go in places like cities. Like one of the things I hated dealing with, like when I go to a concert in San Francisco, is you get to the parking garage and you find a parking spot and you can't get out of your car. You've got to crawl out the trunk. I've literally done that before in previous vehicles, but now you line the car up, you get out, you press summon forward, and your car's all nice and safe in a parking spot, no scratches. And when it comes time to leave, it doesn't matter that jerk in the SUV parked 3 inches from your car. You can summon it back out and you'll be able to get out, no problem.
As they always do, especially here.
Things that, like when you own this car for a while, you stop like appreciating how valuable they are. But
I know.
Like, you're somebody like me that hates those things. Like, it completely changed my life.
Yeah, and I have to say that now that I'm driving a Volt for now, one of the things that I'm missing a little bit is the autopilot that I really never almost used, like, but there were times where like, okay, I really need to reply to this message, but I really don't want to do this, right? Like I want to make sure that it's much more safe than that, and I miss doing that because, you can't do it in any non-Tesla car. So, all right. Well, I really hope that people who are watching this are taking it seriously. And the reason I'm saying that is because all of these things, they all can do with a little bit of extra time, money, and effort, but it really, really makes this car into an experience. And I really hope you guys try it out, at least one or two. Maybe with your families, maybe with your friends, but definitely try it out. It will just like change your life in some ways as far as this, your new toy is concerned. So I appreciate you sharing it with us, man. I couldn't have thought of a better person to be here. Not because he's already scheduled to be here, but because you are just like, I'm surprised Tesla does not have you as a spokesperson. Like, if they ever have a brand ambassador or spokesperson, that would be just stupid not to pick you. So I really hope that happens one day.
Yeah, I'd love to be their official adventure brand ambassador someday. Maybe it'll happen. But my hope of this video is that at least one person watching this goes out and whether they buy a Tesla for a first time as a result of watching this, or they're already about to buy a Tesla, or they have a Tesla and they haven't tried car camping and they do enjoy getting out to nature and spending a night out in nature, I highly recommend you trying car camping. And if you do, come back to the comments on this. Let me know your experience. I'll follow up with the comments on this. And if you're looking for any input or advice or tips about how to do it, how to manage battery, be happy to walk you through it. It's such a cool experience. Like if every time when I go out to nature and I get to enjoy the outdoors, but then get into my nice little bubble starship, it's such a thrill. Looking up at the stars through the all glass roof, like it's such a cool new experience.
All right, so now one more thing is left to do. As always, you have a pretty cool, and well, I wouldn't say brand new. You've been doing it for a while now. A podcast. Tell us what you're working on for the next episode.
So yeah, I've got a podcast called the Tesla Geek Show, and we focus on primarily Tesla stuff, but we cover all things in the universe of Elon Musk, which means we also cover SpaceX. And now we're doing some stuff covering Neuralink. On our upcoming episode, we're of course going to be discussing the recent earnings report, but we're also going to be looking much more future facing at where Tesla is going with their vehicles, and also some new insights we've gained about Neuralink over the past week following their big presentation and their recruiting event, basically, that they had about a week ago.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. That link is also in the description of this video. It's always good to talk to you, man. I hope this video, most of our videos are very much current events, but I hope this video stays on and gets views from people who are looking to do this, a month from now, a year from now. I feel like this video should be almost like an instructional video for anybody who either owns one or just about to buy one. So thanks for hanging out with me. And as always, I will see you next week.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, so oh man, I was so excited about to make this video, and when we decided to do this topic, I just it was awesome. And like as we're talking about it, I just remember back to sharing so many experiences with Eli. And yeah, if you haven't seen his My Tesla Adventure website, the link is in the description of this video. At least look at the pictures, especially if you have a Facebook or Instagram account. Those pictures are amazing. Those pictures of his experiences. So let me know in the comment section if you've done any of these. Has this been a great experience for you or not? And also maybe you have some questions or maybe other advice. You've done something that will enhance your ownership experience. Put that in the description of this video as well. Don't forget to sign up with our free newsletter. We send out an extra bonus story every Saturday right into your inbox. It's free. Go to e4electric.com/VIP. And of course, don't forget to participate in our Feed a YouTuber program. Only for $5 a month. You can feed this guy shelter, water, video equipment, press passes, all of this stuff. If you want to go, like perfect timing for the slide, by the way, patreon.com/free4electric, but it's also in the description of this video. All right, looking forward to your comments. Both me and ALI will check it out in a while. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.